Hey pilots and tankers, it's Forensic Scopes here. Today we're going to be talking about Fox 1 missiles and how to use them appropriately. First, let's go to our keybinds. Under your keybinds, it'll be under aircraft and weaponry. One of the most important ones you're going to want is to fire air-to-air missile. I have this as a side mouse button. It's just easy and convenient for me to click. Another one that you're going to want is the switching between radar and IRST. This is going to switch your radars to search pulse Doppler, TWS if you have it. Now TWS will be just talked about in another video, and that'll be with the Fox 3 or the AMRAAM, the AIM-120s, and I'll have that video coming out shortly. Also change radar IRST mode. This is also going to change more radar. This is going to change your scope. And what I mean by scope is the range that your radar works. So it'll make it a narrow cone and a wider cone. You generally, I don't really use this. I have my cone as wide to pick up as much aircraft as I can. Now this is the most important one, I feel like, and this is my radar IRST / within visual range combat. This is what I use to switch to ACM, as ACM will auto lock any flying target that is flying in front of you. You have to be careful with ACM because you can lock your teammates and kill your teammates, so be careful with that. And lastly but not least, lock radar IRST on target. This is my R and then mouse button, my side mouse buttons. This is what you have to have in order to lock your radar onto target and then fire a missile. A lot of people also use select radar IRST target lock. This will switch the target that you are locking. I don't use this, but I know a lot of people do. This is also another way you can bind it. Alright guys, let's get into it. Now, we got 3 radar targets ahead of us, as I can see on my pings. 31 miles away. I know I use miles. Gotta use those freedom units, man. You want to stay to the low as the ground as possible to help you confuse the enemy's radar, because not every single plane in the game has the same ability as the American planes with the pulse Dopplers. There is some radar that are not as good, and hugging the ground will definitely help you confuse the enemy radar. We have a target here that's 6 miles away. Let's go ahead and lock them up. We go ahead and fire. Now, if this Mirage is smart, it would dive straight to the ground. What did I get hit by? Magic 2. Oof. Yeah, that's the other thing too. 12.0, you're going to have the Magic 2 with the F1C. The Magic 2 is a really, really good missile that's really hard to flare and almost impossible to flare. Because you want to fly really low to the ground. It just really helps. It's not going to help against IR missiles like the Magic 2, as you saw last game, but it'll help against things like the AIM-7s, the Phoenixes, the Fokkers, the radar Russian missiles that I get confused on sometimes, like the R-27R, and things like that. So, and like I said, it's not a foolproof method. You're going to have things that still hit you, but it does help. Here we're gonna go ACM, lock up. Oh, wrong radar target. As you can see, our AIM-7 kind of does whatever it wants. Same there. Okay, and just because you lock a target doesn't mean the missile is going to hit. Okay, we got 1 hit there. 2 hits there. We should have 2 aircraft destroyed. Locked another one up. Kind of gonna lead them here. There's another aircraft destroyed. And we lost target. Now we get to switch to IR. And he is dumping flares like he should. And there's 3 kills. biggest advice too is make sure you guys free look. Is the biggest thing that I can help people out on, because that way you can see any missiles coming at you and get ahead of them. Okay, I'm gonna drop my bombs here to get me to have a little bit more flexibility, but we have 3 kills there. And there's an R27ER. 3 kills, not a bad game, but it just goes to show you that 12.0 can be really, really good, or it can be really, really bad. It just depends on how the game goes. We have some stuff on radar. We have a lot coming at us. It's a little bit farther out than I would like to shoot my aim 7, but I'm gonna have a good radar lock that I think I will be able to hit. My aim 7 will be able to hit. Okay. Critical hit there with our guns, and we get R27, R73. But yeah, that concludes this kind of tutorial on how to use the... Yep, that concludes the tutorial on how to use the Fox 1s, AIM 7s. Please like and subscribe. Hopes is out.